We've all been there. During the holidays, there's too much to do and not enough time. So surely you wouldn't begrudge me a little archival footage, would you? You can see me in a different house, younger and slightly thinner. Now enjoy this clip from 10 years ago. It's Eggshell Ornaments. Hey everyone, Dr. Bob here. If you're barely old enough to remember the 1960s, like I am, you might remember the craze for eggshell Christmas ornaments, which were Christmas ornaments made out of eggshells. Duh. So what they did was they took an egg and hollowed it out and made a hole in the middle, and then they put a little scene inside, a little Christmas scene or manger scene or something Christmassy. And today I'm going to show you how to make them. So what you'll need for this project is an egg and a nail, and we're going to go in the kitchen and empty out our egg. I'll show you how to do it. It's very easy. Come on! Okay, I have now a viable eggshell with a hole in the middle, as you can see. And I let this dry a couple of hours after I got the egg out and rinsed it out. And there's also this kind of little membrane inside you might want to peel out. That's very difficult. I ruined about 6 eggs trying to get that out. But with perseverance, you can do it. So what you're going to need now is your eggshell, some kind of trimming material, which you can get at the craft store or the fabric store, some tissue paper or something else to use as a base or backing material for your little scene. A picture that you cut out of a magazine, or little figurines that you might want to draw out of paper and color and paste if you want to do a little manger scene or something. I'm doing a scene from one of my favorite Christmas movies, Auntie M. And you need some Elmer's glue and a paintbrush and a drink. Alright, so you're going to take your glue. Ugh, really? Alright, so you're going to take your glue, first of all, and dot it around the edge of the hole that you have created in the egg. And then you take your trimming material, and very carefully, because otherwise you'll break the egg, you're just going to glue the trim around the hole. And that's going to hide any of the rough edges that are going to certainly be left over from poking through an egg with a nail. And then you trim off your excess. When I was little, we had about 6 or 8 of these that were kept in an egg carton and were brought out at Christmas time. And honest to God, I can't imagine who in my family had the patience to sit here and make these. It's probably something my grandmother stole from somebody. Alright, I think my trim is complete. I maybe should have saved this for last, but that's not the instruction that I got on the online tutorial that I watched earlier. So you have a nice little trim here. Beautiful, right? So then you're going to take some more glue and squeeze it down inside the egg. And spread it around with your paintbrush. You want to coat the entire inside of the egg with glue, because you're going to put your background in there next. Now I suppose if you're very ambitious you could paint inside the egg for the background, but that's just going to add time because you're going to have to wait for the paint to dry. And you just don't want to wait when you've got an exciting project like this to complete, right? Alright, so I've got some red tissue paper. I'm very gently going to shove it down inside here and make like just a pillowy little background. Since I'm using a picture of Auntie M, we might say that I'm creating a Madonna-like halo. If you've seen Auntie M, you'll get the joke. If you haven't, go watch it right now. Alright, I've got my background in there. It's just a little red tissue paper. If you're doing a scene of like the Annunciation or something, you can use white tissue paper to make like a cloud background, or you can use blue tissue paper if you're doing the night sky of the manger scene. Anyway, final step. You're going to put your little figures in there, or your piece of paper, or a picture that you've cut out of a magazine, or whatever you're doing. So I'm doing a movie scene. You can certainly do a religious theme, because it is Christmas after all. I am going to do a religious scene later, if I get another viable eggshell. Something that references the birth of. And the final step is to do something with the outside. You can paint the outside. I have these little stick-on rhinestones that I'm going to put on the outside because they look like diamonds. Or almost diamonds. And there we have it. An elegant decoration for your Christmas tree, sure to be cherished for generations to come, or for the next few minutes before this is smashed accidentally. But surprise! That little ornament that spent the past decade being haphazardly tossed in a box with the rest of the Christmas ornaments is still around. Finally, here's another archival treat. Our cover of the Life Day song from the 1978 Star Wars Holiday Special. Enjoy! We celebrate a day of peace, a day of harmony, a day of joy we all can share together joyously. A day that takes us through the darkness, a day that leads us into light, a day that makes us want to celebrate the light. A day that brings the promise that one day we'll be free to live, to laugh, to dream, to grow, to trust, to love, to be. We celebrate a day of peace, a day of harmony, a day of joy we all can share together joyously. A day that takes us through the darkness, a day that leads us into light, a day that makes us want to celebrate the light, a day that brings the promise that one day we'll be free to live, to laugh, to dream, to grow, to trust, to love, to be. Bum 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 bum.